Alrighty, let's begin. So, movement to the right. What kind of slope? Positive slope. Do you guys have the picture there? Oh, you do? This picture? Not the graph, right? Okay, so you need to put that in kind of on the side there. There's space on the side, right? And that's a grade 10 kind of thing. Adam, how would you describe the graph? Curved or straight? Pretty straight. What does that mean? What does it mean, sorry? Linear. Linear relationship, that's true. In terms of the speed, though? Constant. Raston's got it, and a few others I heard too. Movement to the left is a negative. These are both constant velocity. And remember, we've already talked about how the slope of the position time graph is the velocity. A few of you missed that on the test. Because it was a position time graph, and I asked you for the meaning. Some people wrote me like a great big long sentence, and all I wanted was speed or velocity. Okay? Constant velocity. When it's positive, it's to the right. When it's negative, it's to the left. Right? All good? Okay, so what about speeding up and slowing down? Now, I think you guys have the yellow cards on your sheet, am I right? Excellent. Okay, those of you that have for grade 10 will recognize the yellow cards because I just copied and pasted them over. Accelerating to the right. How can I tell from the picture, excuse me, that they're accelerating to the right? Space is getting bigger, right? Okay, they call that ticker tape motion. I'll get into that a little bit, what a ticker tape is, but same idea. The spaces are getting bigger. So like 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds. You can clearly see, and your common sense tells you that this thing is speeding up to the right. Okay. Do you have a spot for a graph there? You can put it on the side, I think, right? And you will notice that I've got a little graph there, or graph axis. So what would accelerating to the right look like? Right you are, Adam. Adam gave me this sign. Is that what you meant? Excellent. So curved up to the right. How would you describe the slope of that curving up to the right? The slope, though, Brady. Is the slope increasing? Yes, the slope is increasing, the slope is getting steeper. Okay, so this is the corresponding graph for accelerating to the right. Now, I think you probably have accelerating, slowing down to the right is next. Okay, first of all, how can you tell the car is slowing down? Space is getting smaller. Common sense tells us that. Slowing down to the right. What does the shape of the graph look like? The opposite of that. Okay, so I've seen a few people sort of show me with their hands. How would you describe the slope, Kaylee? Like I said, this one's getting steeper, so how would you describe the slope of this one that you've got in your mind right now? In words. What's the opposite of steeper? Starting out really steep and getting what? Shallower or flatter? Is that what you were thinking, Kaylee? Yeah? No, Danielle? That wasn't the picture you had in your mind? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? You want to do this, Kaylee. I'm going to do a different color. Don't write this down. Okay, I'm going to do it over here, so we're not confused. You want it to do that? Okay. Okay. Notice that the car is starting, t is equal to 0, the car is starting at, what's our frame of reference, what's our origin? 0, right? That's where it starts. So because it's starting at 0, it has to start at 0, right? Like this would be actually starting away from 0, right? And is this getting steeper? It's getting steeper negatively, so would that not be speeding up? We're going to come to that one. We're going to come to that one. I'm going to do this. Let's do the next page here. You guys have accelerating to the left, and I'm thinking, if I recall correctly from this morning, you don't have the yellow cards there, right? Okay, so I've got my yellow card starting over at position 20, and I'm going to draw another one here. Please don't laugh at my art skills. If you do, I'm going to come over and look at yours. Anna, I saw your pictures there, pretty nice, so I'm expecting a pretty nice car out of you. Please don't take like an hour to draw your car.
I've already differentiated it as the circle for the yellow car, so it's a circle.
Okay.
Sorry, this
Oh. Accelerating to the left, so that means that the what? Spaces are getting bigger, right? Okay, so I'm going to draw my first one right here. It's like a hat with wheels. Eh? Copy. See, I can do this too, see? Accelerate to the left. So let's make the spaces bigger. Now I put the, oh, this should really be, whoopsie. Let's put the front of the car right at 18, okay? The front of this one at 14. And the next one at, 1, 2, 3, we'll put it there at 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So how does that look, okay? And I realize that that's going to take you a little longer than me because you don't have copy and paste features. But the spaces are getting bigger, right? Accelerating to the left. If you want to just put an X, you can go right ahead and do that. And make sure you make a spot there for a graph. So once again, the spaces are getting smaller. Did I pull the old trickery again? I did, because does it ever go into negative territory? It does not. Does not go into negative territory. It again starts at 20, so we know it's going to be up here, but this time it's slowing down, so that means that the slope has to be getting flatter. So how do I start way up there and get a flatter slope? Well, that would be kind of like this, wouldn't it? Is that what you had in mind? I kind of overdrew it a bit there, but you get it. Connor's giving me the nod, yes. I get 2 thumbs up from Teague, that's high praise. Okay, so we're taking sort of very simple descriptions and we are drawing corresponding shapes. We're going to take that one bit further and we're going to use my card right away. I think on the next page you guys have that, right? Something about a motion detector on the next page? Is this all good? I'd like to get the nod of understanding if I could. But again, don't give me the nod unless it's genuine nod of understanding. Okay, so what you're going to see now is, this is actually like about 20-year-old technology, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, one of my favorite things. Sometimes I come in on weekends and play with it. No. There's always someone that asks. What's it doing now? It's drawing a what? Graph. It's drawing a graph in real time. Let's just see if I can kind of zoom in a bit here. I always forget how to do this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There, that's what I want. Okay, so it's basically doing a real-time position time graph. How do I do that? There, that's what I want. Okay, so do you guys know what sonar is? You know what the word sonar stands for? S-O-N-A-R? It's not actually a word, it's an acronym. S-O stands for sound, N stands for navigation, A is and R is ranging. Sound, navigation, and ranging. The Army came up with it, right? What kind of animals use sonar? Bats, yeah. Dolphins. Someone said whales this morning. I don't know. Whales use it? How does it go again? They send out sound signals, and then it bounces back, and they use that to determine how far away an object is. So that's exactly what's happening here. Beluga whales do? Okay. Oh, yeah? Oh, of course, yeah. Good old Disney. Okay, so if you're really quiet, you can actually hear it. This little device right here is a motion sensor, okay, and it sends out a little sound, a little tick, and it sends out at 330 meters per second, and it bounces off the cart, and then comes back to here, and then this thing figures out how long it's taken for it to come back, and that tells it how far away it is, and it does that, like every dot is another sound bounce. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay? Now, which way is positive for you guys? Like, we're kind of looking at each other, right? So which way is positive direction? To the right, this way, right? So I've got that. Is this still a positive direction going that way? Yeah. Where is the point of reference that we talked about there a few days ago? Where, Connor? Right here? Yeah. Where would the negative territory be? Over here. Does it exist? No. Doesn't exist. So are we ever going to be in negative land up here? What if I'm like moving that way? It's going down, negative direction, but still in the positive territory. Right, Josh? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for a volunteer to come on up. Okay. You know what? The morning class, it was like pulling teeth. Now I'm going to, let's just push each other over here, Jack. I'm going to suggest you stand on that side because that way you can see the screen. And plus, to your right is positive. I have to do backwards motion, so I stopped doing that. Okay. So, do you want to just play with it for a second to sort of get a feel with it? Yeah, and you're just, hang on it just like that. This morning, the kid, did that. Don't do that. It falls off the track and then everyone laughs. Okay, so for each description, determine, actually, you know what? You got to do your guesses. We'll sit down. For each description, determine what the DT graph will look like. So you've got three situations. You've got the cart moves right, then immediately to the left. Cart moves slowly left, stops, then slowly to right. And then the third one here, you've got a spot there under guess, right? Yeah. Okay, so what I want you to do is do a little chart thingy, a little graph. You're going to put your guess. Okay, and then we're going to have that spot for the actual. So there's no worrying about, well, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get it wrong. Right? You're going to have your guess, and we're going to have the actual. I'm going to do my attendance while you guys are doing that, and then Zach's going to give it a whirl. Actually, if you were kind of paying close attention, you probably figured out where I was going to go because I kind of did this one already. I didn't really tell you what I was going to do. So we're going to go to the right, and then immediately to the left. Okay? Right? Immediately left. Ready? You're going to hear the little click, 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 and that's when you can start. Let me delete this one. Ready? Okay. Is that sort of what you had? I'll zoom in a bit here. Okay. So Canada, are you happy with where it starts? You started at 0. That's okay. Right? He started here because he knew he had to go left. In fact, would you say he went farther left than he went right? Yes. I would agree. I'm going to let someone else do the next one because I saw a few hands. Would you say that he went immediately to the left? No. How can you tell that? It's curved, exactly. Now, this is not any fault of Zach at all. Anyone, like if they're going to stop, if you're going, say, 3 meters per second, how do you go from 3 meters per second to 0 without going through 2 and 1? That's pretty much impossible, really, right? You have to get down from 2 and then to 1, and your arm is only so long, too, right? You have to slow down before you can come back this way, okay? So, I mean, while Zach's is curved, there's really, there's nothing he can do about that. And then would you say that it was constant speed here? No. And then what happens here? Well, he starts to slow down because he realizes he has to stop, right? Okay? So the only real way to make this sort of a peak, probably lots of you had a peak, right? Yeah. Like a roof kind of thing, right? Can you think of a way that I could do that?
If you hit something.
If I hit something?
Like you just stop and then you hit it instead of just like picking it back.
Oh, okay. Like let it run into something?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to give it a push to
Okay. Well, let me just see if I can actually do that. Like that. Magnet in here. Magnet in here, right? So the cart screws along at 3 meters per second. It's minding its own business. It doesn't know there's a long time, and it just goes bounce, right? And it bounces. Nice, sharp peak like that. Now you'll notice here, is this moving at a constant velocity? It's pretty close, right? You can just see a little tiny curvature there as it starts to sort of lose a little bit of momentum with friction. What happened here in the first part? Like it took me, I had to press start, and then it took me almost a second and a half to go over here and give it a push, right? And it would look like it's actually rolling downhill a smidge right here. And then here's the push part right here. And then would you say it's faster coming back?
No.
Whoopsie. It's slower, right? In fact, it actually loses some speed and slows down. Okay. So that's probably more in line with what you actually drew for your guess. Right? Okay. Jared, you had your hand up. You come to the next. The next one is slowly left, stops, then slowly right. Sorry, man, you get the lane one. It's kind of slow. You want to see that? Okay. Let me delete this one here. Okay, so he's going to go slowly left.
I guess let's start with you.
Okay. Sure. Slowly left, stops, slowly right. Okay, ready? I think it was slowly.
No. Oh, I did the wrong one.
Is that?
Slowly left, stops. Oh.
Did you do the third one?
Yeah, I did the third one, I think. Like slowly move
Slowly left, pauses, continues left, stops, then quickly right.
left. Okay.
That's the third one, right?
Yay.
Okay, pretty good, right? So, yes, thank you, Jared. So, a little bit slow here at the start, right? Pause. Slowly left. Would you say that the stop and the pause were almost identical length of time? Yeah. Yeah. And then, how can we tell this is quickly right? Really steep, and thank you for not going off the rails here like the morning costume. Okay, so we'll go back to number 2. There was one more. Who was it? One more hand that said they wanted to come up. No? Come on up, Noah. Come on, it's like the carnival, right? Come on down. Or Price is Right. Except the prizes aren't near as good. Knowledge, yes. Okay, so yeah, you're doing the middle one.
Yeah.
So it's slowly left, stop, slowly right.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
That's fine.
Ready? Did you hear the tick, tick, tick? Did you hear that? How slow did you go?
Actually, that's not very.
Yeah, not that slow.
I forgot the text.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe pay attention to driver's ed. When they say go slow. Wow. Even worse. Does it depend on the sort of the X and Y, like how much I zoom in, how fast it looks? Yeah, it does, right? So just keep that in mind as well. So he went, where did he start? He started at 1.0. He went, that's left, slows down, stops, and then would you say that his forward speed and backward speed were about the same?
Yeah.
And in fact, he pretty much ended up exactly where he started, did he not? Right? Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, make it as hard as you want. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, someone go get those guys and bring them in.
Okay, someone.
No, bring all 3, and then we'll send 2 of them out. See, I knew you would, yeah. Okay. Okay, out of your pick, who do you want? Which one of those 3? Adam. Okay, come on, Adam. So now, Adam's first going to have to figure out where to start. You'll notice on the side there that there's a graph. And there's also a meter stick. Yeah, you have to recreate that.
Okay. So is it gonna be like that's gonna still be up there?
That'll still be up there. It'll be, yeah, you follow along. I'll give you 2 or 3 tries.
I mean, let me just do this right
Okay. Well, first of all, figure out where you got to start from.
pretty much right here.
Yeah? Because you can tell exactly. Because there's 0.7,
Oh wait.
and there's a meter stick on there, yeah.
Uh,
So there's 0.8.
so wait, that's 0.8. Okay, so
You tick, 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 then you can start. Right?
oh wait. Oh no. Okay.
All right. Here's Adam, trial number 2.
So hard.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. That is pretty good because is there a little delay? There's a little delay when you move up there, right? So you have to kind of anticipate, right? That's actually pretty good. I don't think anyone in the morning class came that close. Okay, so
Can I go again? One more time.
you want to try once more? Okay. All right. He wants to try once more. Fair enough. Okay. Ready? Are you started the right spot?
Yes. Come on, go.
All that video game experience finally paying off, eh?
Yeah,
Okay. Who else is outside there? Brady and Teague were outside. Okay, where you go? Kaylee's gonna do one. Okay, start somewhere different. Okay. Ready? You guys got it easy. I think you fell off the rails there a bit. Like literally, no, you did.
Oh.
Literally. What it was metaphorically. Okay. Go on there, pal.
I didn't know I was doing it.
All that video game experience to play here. Are you ready to go? There we go.
Don't laugh. What is that?
Kaylee, what does that mean?
You
You went off the rails, yeah. That little squiggle mark there at the end, that means you're kind of all. Want another try?
Yes.
Okay. And once you get off,
Done.
that's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, wow. Round of applause. Wow. Okay, not bad at all.
Yeah, put it down.
Okay, last person out was T. Travis? Okay. T, get the earbud out, man. Please. Ready, man?
Have a fit, Travis.
All right, call him in. Murtaz, you want to go get him, please? First of all, as always, Teague, figure out where to start.
I think point 3 is just 30.
Yeah. So you're going to be about,
Right up in the center.
no, the edge. Okay, ready? Does it help to plan it out, or is it just better to go with instinct, do you think?
No, it's way better than plans. Yeah, planning.
You know, actually, I would disagree at this point, because you're not going to remember all, right, left, you're not going to remember that.
At least you're gonna know the story. Get a picture of
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe to get started. Okay, fair enough. Ready?
Yeah.
You're going the wrong way. Wrong.
Sorry.
So as I was saying, it might be a good idea to,
I don't know which way this thing goes.
ready?
Yeah.
Positive is right. Teeth going at her.
Oh, he chose to, oh. Well, if you kind of take I can do this, that maybe if I do this, does it, when you do that, when you zoom out, it gives you a little bit more perspective, eh? Yeah, it's when you get in a little too tight, then it makes it harder to do. Okay, want to try again, T?
Sure.
Okay, I will delete. Okay, last one. Ready? Oh!
Oh gosh, you're stealing my game.
Wow! Oh! You were right there to the end, man.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good. You know what? Come in on the weekend. We'll practice.
Really?
Can we do that thing where they sit outside? Yeah, everyone else has to sit outside.
If I can do everyone. Okay. So the lane part that I skipped over. So all I want you to do is, you got 3 graphs there. All I want to do is just write in quickly, in words, just write in words how to make that graph. Okay? I'm going to give you like about 45 seconds. So 3 graphs. Graph here, there's 3 graphs, right? All I just write in words. Okay? Yeah, how to do it on here, right? No, just give me right, left, fast, slow, stuff like that. We'll just quickly do this here. So the very first one, where do I have to start? Way over here on the right, right? And I can't actually click my button here because I'm way over here. So it's going to be like, right? It's going to be like left, pause, left, right? Except I went way too fast because I'm trying to speed up to give you more time to work, right? I guess I should zoom out, not in. Yeah, I went way too fast, right? But it's basically, the first one is left, pause, left, right? Okay, the next one would be right, stop, slowly left. Right, stop, slowly left. And then the last one's a little harder, so it would be? Okay, I heard lots of different answers that all sounded right. So right, slowly, right, fast, stop, and then slowly left, right? Easy, okay. We got a little bit of time here left, that's good. We're doing good period of time. On the back side, okay, the next step. Not a motion sensor, sort of real-life situations where you actually have to draw a graph. Okay? I want to just add one thing in number 3. I changed it on the screen, but I forgot to change it on the sheet. So go quickly to number 3. A man walks for 8 minutes. Put for 8 minutes in brackets. Put south. A man walks for 8 minutes south. Okay. You got 5 graphs to draw in the white space down below, not in the little teeny tiny space up here. You can label them. Right? I'm going to give you like 5 minutes. Go. 5 minutes. That's all you need. So, the yellow foam ball's thrown in the air, it lands on the ground on your feet 10 seconds later. Position is measured vertically. So we're talking about the height. Does the position ever go negative?
No.
Doesn't go below ground, right? Now, do I start at 0?
Yes.
No.
Well, I guess it depends on what you define to be 0. We didn't talk about this, did we? Most we didn't know exactly. So good point. Is 0 my end or is 0 the ground? Usually people, there's 2 sort of arguments here, right? Usually people say, well, wherever you start, that's the origin, that's fair, right? And then I guess it does the negative. But usually when we're dealing with the ground is kind of one of those kind of conventions. No, it says it lands at the ground. Right? So should we go with the ground is 0? That feels right to me. So that would mean that I would start where? I would start about halfway up and it would go up and it would curve and it would come down like this, right? Now if you are saying that your ground is 0, or your hand is 0, then what would it look like? Right? Notice that the shape stays exactly the same, it's just the position itself changes, right? So I would accept either one of those. Okay, now what if the position was measured horizontally? How far did it go sideways? It didn't go anywhere sideways, did it? And so in fact, it'd be a flat line right at 0, wouldn't it? Okay. It doesn't go sideways.
So you can't say pause. You
can't say what?
can't say pause.
No, but it's not traveling like sideways, right? Time is still going on as it goes up, but it's not, I'm measuring this way. I'm just pointing out that you can measure distance up and down, or you can measure it left and right. Okay? Okay. A man walks for 8 minutes south from his home on Main Street North of the Royal Bank. He spends 2 minutes at the ATM and then returns home. So, there's 2 answers. What is the origin? Home or the Royal Bank? Most people would say home. He's traveling south, so that's going to be negative. And he spends 2 minutes there, and then
Yeah, he went down. He went.
Upside down? If you did it this way, then you're saying that he's traveling positive, right? The origin is still home, you're just saying that south is positive. As long as you define that, that's okay. Okay, that's why I threw the south in there. Okay? Okay, what about this one? A bowling ball spends 8 minutes in the rack, waiting to be thrown. It takes 4 seconds for the ball to reach the pins, and then 20 seconds to return to the rack. So, should be all where's the, I'll do that. Where's the origin? Where it starts, like the rack, right? It doesn't say positive or negative, so we'll just assume it's positive. So it's waiting, boom, and then comes back. Did you have something like that? Girl leaves her locker by the office, Kelly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Starts to walk to the gym. She walks 15 meters before realizing she forgot her gym clothes. She returns to her locker, gets the clothes, and then proceeds to the gym. So we'll assume that the gym is positive, right? Turns around. What does she have to do, Kaylee? You just said it. Wait at the locker, and then when she goes back, she has to go farther, doesn't she? Right? What if the gym is the origin?
Really negative.
Then it just looks like this, right? Actually, no, if the gym is the origin, I guess it would actually be farther down, wouldn't it? It'd be like way farther. Yeah, I'd have to move this up to there. Right? Yeah? Good? Nod of agreement? Nod of understanding?
Yeah.
Genuine nod of understanding? Okay. As you guys are doing that, I want to run. You should have either a green sheet or a pink sheet. What does that mean? Hand it in. You should not ever have unmarked green or pink sheets in your book. You can finish the one up from yesterday. You have exactly 15 minutes, which is about 12 minutes more than the morning class. So I must have gotten either faster or smarter. These ones are to be handed in. To me. Well, the first one is from Schoology, right? The green one from yesterday, you handed it in by Schoology. This one you actually have to hand in the inbox for that. Okay? Question number 2, yes, you do it right on the graph. I strongly encourage you to use either a pencil or an erasable pen, or maybe read the question and plan it out before you start marking it, because I know what's happening. Okay? And on the back side, Johnny Physics is hard. You might want to do this on scrap paper first. The back side is hard. It gets progressively harder. Okay? Do it on scrap paper first.